Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream. Ladies and gentlemen. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about the latest football news, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about Isak and the free Isak saga. I feel like I'm like Michael Schofield. I'm trying to get him out of prison. You get me? That's what I'm trying to do. Big up Isak, man. I got you, brother. We're going to be doing this. I just need to find my own version of Dr. Sarah Tancredi. Big up, man. We're going to be talking about Salah winning PFA Player of the Season, ladies and gentlemen. So another year. By the way, first player ever to do PFA Player of the Season 3 times. First player ever. Someone said Bomba? Okay, there's no Bomba. You're a fraud. Oh, you're talking about the Visa thing. Okay, fairs. Also, we're going to be talking about Arsenal versus Leeds. Also, Arsenal have been linked today. This is not a joke. I'm only reporting news. Arsenal have been linked to Jamie Vardy. They've been linked to Jamie Vardy, guys. And we're going to be previewing the Arsenal versus Leeds game. Forest, no one cares. You get me. Wolfie is just here to rage bait us all. And speaking of, hi Wolfie, how you doing, mate?
Wow. Actually, the biggest news of today has been dropped, and you're just ignoring it. Cool. I hear it.
What's the biggest news?
The best midfielder is back in the Premier League.
Who?
Douglas Luiz. He walks into your team, bro. Walks.
No, he doesn't.
Easily.
He ain't better than Gravenberg. He ain't better than McAllister. He ain't better than
Is Gravenberg fit?
Yeah, he's fit.
Why didn't he play last week?
Because he was suspended, dumbass.
Was he? Okay. Well,
he got the red card in the last game, bro. Look at you.
Did he really?
Yeah, and the reason why he didn't play against Palace is because he had a kid. He wasn't injured, bro.
All right, so he wasn't available then. So my guy walks in. Anyway, he's still better than your guy.
You're gonna be wrong and strong as per every episode. Anyway, speaking of wrong and strong
today, man. We will see about wrong and strong.
Oh yeah. And speaking of wrong and strong, this guy known on the show for being wrong and strong every single week. You get me? Isak is the villain. Isak is the bad guy. They had agreement with Gyokeres, so it's different. And then Isak posts that story and tells the whole world that there was an agreement. So he knows who he is. Hi, Ashraf. You're on mute. See? Subhanallah.
Yeah, I was on mute on purpose. I was just speaking to the wife. But I'm saying I'm never wrong and strong. I have when I'm right, I'm right, and I'm right 99% of the time. Alhamdulillah. God has blessed me with very good football knowledge. I don't need to be gaslit into certain things that Hussam wants us to be gaslit into. But yeah, we'll get into it, guys. Welcome to another episode of Don Hussam's 75 hours monologue on Isak, and why Isak is not the villain, why Liverpool is the perfect institution, angelic. Yeah, guys, and if you want any sort of a preview, just watch last week's stream. It's gonna be another similar thing. Hussam gaslighting us and us educating him. Gaslighting us educating him.
But when you watch it, the bits where Hussam talks, do it in 2 times speed.
Exactly.
You're the one that talks like this because I'm trying to rage bait every single person that I speak to. I don't speak slowly at all.
My God, imagine you did. Imagine.
Why are you disrespecting Joe? Why are you disrespecting Joe? You want me to not introduce Joe? You keep speaking and you know Joe ain't here. You can disrespect Leeds? He told you Leeds are staying up and they beat Everton. Should have listened. You were mocking him for Conference League. Guess where Leeds are right now?
3-point collector, man. I respect.
Guess where Leeds are. Wait, let's actually check. Leeds are 7th. Conference League. I think Joe.
He said.
I told him, man. I told him. Listen, visitation no longer comes by. Seems like they forgot about me. Locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. Let's go.
Yes. Wait, Joe, you're a West Ham fan now. What's this West Ham stuff you're doing?
This is
bro?
locked up, man. He's done.
That's all West Ham, man. That's West Ham.
This is the Newcastle Penitentiary. That's it. It's game over. Game over. Visitations no longer come by Liverpool. Seem like you forgot about me. They're going to ride off into the league. They're going to ride off into the league with Ekatike, and then Isak's going to be like, "Oh, can I get a game, Eddie? Please, like, let me out on Soch. Let me out, please." You know what I mean? So,
okay, you guys want to start with it? Let's start with it. First of all, you guys always, ask me
for the record.
Can I prop up your channel, Mister? So can you please be quiet as much?
No, this is more important because Joe has consistently said all summer that he stays.
I have.
Okay.
And I said Rodrygo would stay as well. Both of them.
And he said he wouldn't take Calvert.
No problem. No problem. Anyway, big up to all of you guys locked in. Just Joe Football shows in the description. Go give it a subscribe. By the way, guys, after every episode, I see you guys asking me where I can find this guy, where I can find this guy. Guys, every link is in the description. You're all frauds. You're actually all frauds. I always say it. Forest Fan TV, Ashraf Talks Football, and Just Joe Football Show. They're all in the description. Go give them all a subscribe right here, right now. Also, before we start the show, thank you guys so much for 58,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys. We have hit a new milestone. We're 2,000 subscribers away from 60K. You get me? So we're closing in. We're cooking, ladies and gentlemen. So big up to all of you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. And we keep growing with you guys. Man said I'm only subscribed to Wolfie. Damn. He said fuck Joe and fuck Ashraf.
And fuck Hussein. I hear it.
I haven't done videos in a while, so I don't.
The comment section is literally subscribers only mode. So allow
you
can
it. Subscribe and type and unsubscribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go. Big up to Terry for the raid as well. So everyone who just joined in from Terry's stream as well, like this video and subscribe to the channel. And anyway, let's get straight into it. Mr. Joe has a lot of verbal when it comes to Isak. So go ahead, talk. I'll let you all talk and then I'll say my opinion at the end.
Yes. So I believe that justice is about to be served on Isak for the way that he's behaved. I think there's a way in which you leave a football club. This has not been the way. The fact, I mean, please explain to me why last night, him not going to pick up the PFA Team of the Year, whatever he got, it was just purely for drama and effect. Like, why can't you go up there? Like, in 10 years' time, you might look back and go, why didn't I go and celebrate with but no, because I wanted to give maximum effect and put it on my Instagram story. Like, what even is this on Instagram stories? And it's almost like Newcastle have gone, oh, you want to go like that, do you? Right, okay, well, here's one back for you. I think it's so silly that he didn't go and get an individual accolade just so he could have maximum effect with a fucking Instagram story. You know, here we go, here's my statement. I think it's silly. Listen, mate, you signed a deal. You signed a deal and you're locked into that deal. You know, there's a lot worse clubs to be at than Newcastle. Guess what? You're playing Champions League football this year. You're not in a relegation battle. You're not in the Championship. You're in the Premier League, the biggest team. Please explain to me, Alexander Isak, what staying at Newcastle for one more season will do for you. Will it reduce your profile? Nope. Will you be playing in the best competitions in the world? Yes. Champions League? Yes. Will it affect any impacts at Sweden? No. Grin and bear it, mate. They took a chance on you. You came to the Premier League. I don't think anyone really expected him to do this well. So much so that the champions of England want you. I get it, right? But the facts are, you've got to wait, mate. And guess what? Don't be putting statements out. Go speak to Liverpool. Go speak to Liverpool and say, listen, are you getting me out of here or not? Are you getting me out of here or not? Because if you are, then pay the money. If not, this season's going to be long for him because he's going to have to go back with his tail between his legs and play for Newcastle. He's going to have to deal with them. Newcastle fans won't forget. He'll be booed. He's lauded as there's a way in which you do it. Listen, Newcastle aren't daft. Newcastle fans aren't daft. They appreciate, just like, Liverpool fans appreciate. Some sections will go, do you know what? We get Trent to Real. We get it. He didn't go by it the right way, but we get it. Leeds United fan, when Rafinha, Phillips, did I want him to go? No, but I got it. I understand. But there's a way in which you leave. There's a way in which you leave. You know, Rafinha, he could have downed tools. He did not. He stayed to the last game of the season, kept us up against Brentford, then said bye. And we said, you know what? Buzzing for you. There's a way in which you leave. If you see when Rafinha plays for Barca now, the Leeds timeline's lit because we all love and respect him because of the way you do it. There's a way in which you do it. And I think he's gone about it the total wrong way. I think what he's done as well, not that he'll be asked, but me as a fan who loved Isak, now I think he's a dick. So that in terms of national, not that that matters to him. It won't matter. He'll be loved by Liverpool fans and that's that, right? But yeah, I just think there's a way in which you do it and you've gone about it the total wrong way because 100%, you'd have gone. You'd have gone. And like I've mentioned before, what's one more season? And here, if Newcastle have said a price, which they have in their statement, it's clear as day. They said, we've set out the parameters. We don't think. They haven't shut the door on it completely, which I was a bit disappointed about. I wish they'd have just said, listen, you're not going and that's that. But they said, we don't believe the situation will be hit, whatever that is, right? So now it's on Liverpool. The ball's back in your court. Isak thought he was doing a madness. Oh, I'm going to put this statement out and they'll bend, they're going to now let me go and all that sort of stuff. I'm not too sure. If anything, it's pissed them off. It's pissed them off even more. So yeah, listen, I know there's only one fan base that's going to be annoyed at what I'm saying in here, and I get it. We're tribalism. It's you want Isak. I understand it, but there is a lot of true information that I've shared. Whether you agree, there's some facts.
And I don't know why, Joe, by the way. I don't know why why Liverpool fans are sensitive, as if 100%. We've insulted them, as if we said Liverpool did something. I don't think Liverpool have done anything.
Come on, bro.
Wrong.
We know they're the worst fan base for it, bro.
They are. But anyways, I'll let Wolfie go. I agree.
No, carry on, bud.
I'm done now. I'm done anyway, Mino.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know why they get super sensitive, because I was thinking last week, and it's normal. There are a lot of idiots out there in the comments who just abuse and stuff, which is fine. That's okay. Obviously, there are sensible Liverpool fans like, your FKs, your Aarons, your Seans, or whatever. But I was like, man, wait, did we insult Liverpool last week? The level of abuse we were getting, you would think I said Liverpool did something wrong. I don't think Liverpool did anything wrong so far. People will say that 110 million is disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, when you think about it and you remove the banter, it's not really disrespectful. It's a record bid for someone who, I don't know the exact numbers, but he's not been available every single week for the last 3-4 seasons. I could be wrong, but I remember he had a bad injury record. The reality is, this guy, as Joe said, thought he's doing something by posting a message like that, berating the club that he's contractually obliged to right now, thinking, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to sort of big body bollocks, son. I'll put the statement out and everyone is going to go on my side. It made things worse for you. For starters, I'm not saying the owners are going to operate that way, because in the end, they are businessmen. They're not stupid. But Saudis are super proud as well. And you don't want to get into a fight with them, because they will say, the hell with the money. You're staying here. We don't give a shit. I'm not saying they'll do that, because, again, they're smart business people, obviously.
As Arabs, man, we have short tempers. I hear it.
Yeah, we do. We do have short tempers, honestly. We need to work on that, to be honest, as a whole collective. But anyways, right? And look, I went and I started reading a lot of articles about this, because initially when I saw the message from Alexander Isak, I said, while I still don't think you should behave that way when you have a contract, and I said the same thing about Gyokeres, about Wissa, but I get it. I get where you're coming from. There was a promise given to you. It was not done. I investigated into that because I was so curious about, like, the whole promise apparently was the promise of the contract, right? It wasn't the promise of you will leave in the summer, because the club has denied that, but they haven't spoken about the contract. So it probably is the contract, which is what Hussam has said last week, which is what many people have said. They promised him something on a contract and left. And I read his article in March, by the way, before the Carabao Cup final, where they interviewed Isak, and Isak said, I am happy. I love the club, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, some stuff like that. Newcastle can achieve big things. And then they asked him about his contract, and he said, oh, I don't know. We haven't even spoken about it yet. Which means whatever happened with this contract happened post-March, not pre-March, right? So Amanda Stevely, or whatever her name is, promised him a contract last year in July. Then she left the club in July last year, 2024. When Paul Mitchell, whoever the hell came in, something happened. They didn't talk about the contract from the time she left up until March. According to Isak himself, not according to anyone else. You can go read about it, right? If that's the scenario, let's assume that Isak is saying the truth, right? Which I don't think he's lying. Let's assume he went to Paul Mitchell post-March, post the Carabao Cup, said, hey, Paul, where's the contract I was promised by Amanda? Paul says, nope, sorry, we're not giving you a contract. We're not giving you a raise because you have 3 years left. A month or two later, they went back on that and said, here is the contract. It doesn't matter if they give him the contract, because what's happening right now is Isak is crying like a little child. Oh, no, they gave me the contract after Liverpool came. Who gives a shit? But they gave you the contract. They gave you the contract they promised you. Shut your bitch ass up, and either you accept the contract or stop talking so much and say, you know what? You guys betrayed my trust. You said you'll give me a contract. You didn't give me a contract on time. I wanted it on this specific date. You didn't give it to me. Screw you, I'm leaving. Guess what? Hand in transfer request. Forgo your loyalty bonus. Why haven't you done that yet? Why were you quiet this whole time and only bringing it up now? So now it becomes, because the money's involved. Because if he puts in a transfer request at that time, he's like, oh, I'm losing some money. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's acting like a child because he was promised a contract which wasn't given to him in April or whenever the hell that was, but it was given to him now. Bruh, and then Hussam will try to find a way to spin this now and say, let me quote Craig Hope. Let me quote this. Let me quote this guy. When these are literally the facts. And what's on Liverpool fans? I love this, by the way. I love this. Wallahi, guys, I'm not a rage baiter, and I don't like this banter thing. I'm not good at it, to be honest. Genuinely. Like, sometimes Hussam will tell me, hey, can you come on the Lawa? I'm like, bro, I'm shit. Like, I will ruin the show for you. I'm not good at banter. Like, these guys are
I'll come on El Lawa. I want to go on El Lawa.
But when I see the Liverpool fans get this pissed off, I get so happy. Because honestly, I've not even said one bad thing about Liverpool. I think they have done zero things wrong in this whole scenario. But they're that sensitive. But anyways, go on to you, Wolfie. I don't want to take on the show.
Yeah,
I'm not responding to anything. Go ahead, Wolfie.
I'll just keep it short and sweet. This is Newcastle's official statement. We are clear in response that Alex remains under contract and that no commitment has ever been made by a club official that Alex can leave Newcastle this summer. Statement one. So either Newcastle are lying as an institute, or he hasn't been told that he can go. Then it goes on to say, I'll skip the bit in the middle. We want to keep our best players, blah, blah, blah. We always take into consideration the best interests of Newcastle United supporters. And we have been clear that the conditions of the sale this summer have not transpired. We do not foresee those conditions being met. Basically, to me, that says if they got the right money offer, they would have had it. If they don't, they're going to reject it. Is there going to be a bit of... why is Cal calling me? Is there going to be, some negotiations? Of course there is. Okay? But this goes back, Ashraf, to last week when we asked a certain person on this panel, if Liverpool had put 150 million on the table a month ago, would he now be a Liverpool player? And I believe the answer was no. Because Newcastle need to wait for their replacements, if I'm not mistaken. And Newcastle have said there that the conditions of the sale have not been met. So,
sorry,
I'm done
just
now.
one more before you go, before you come in. The best bit of the line for me, the best bit of the line is the way it ends, where it goes, Alex remains part of our family and will be welcome back when he's ready to rejoin. So it's like, when you're ready, please come back.
Yeah.
And you know what, as well, and we spoke about it at the time, Liverpool screwed themselves by getting Ekatike. I think it's a great signing, but my point is, you should have let Newcastle get Ekatike. You probably get Isak. That's genuinely, I think, because now they can bring in Vissa. Vissa is not the Isak replacement. He is the Callum Wilson replacement. They started with Anthony Gordon in the 9. The strikers that they would need to replace Isak have all moved now. They've all gone. Gyokeres is gone. Sesko is gone. Ekatike is gone. Who's left? There isn't no one. So you're just going to have to wait. And to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if in a year's time, you don't even want it. You don't even want it, if I'm honest. So, yeah. And Isak's going to look like it's it. So it is what it is.
Okay, guys, 20 minutes of waffle. I didn't interrupt any of you. First of all, we have 1,500 people in here. We ain't even at 500 likes yet. So let's get the likes up. We can't have 1,500 people in here. We're not even at 200 likes. Every single one of you, close the live chat, hit the like button.
Wait, Sam. Cal wants to say hi. Say
what,
hi,
Cal?
Yeah, say hi to Sam, Joe, and Ashraf.
I think I'm in Sam's good books at the moment.
You know, it is good books.
No, I'm not. He's not in my good books. Close that call right now. Hit the red button. Hit the red button. Tell him F him and his curse. Anyway, as we were saying, like and subscribe. So let me just say this real quick. Look, there is a lot to unpack. A lot of BS from all these guys on the panel. First of all, I'll unpack the Ekitike thing real quick because I think there's been this narrative that's been pushed that, oh my God, had Liverpool let Ekitike go to Newcastle, they would have had Isak by now. That's literally what Liverpool wanted to do. Liverpool asked if they would have Isak if they let Newcastle have Ekitike, but the narrative coming out of Newcastle was they wanted Ekitike and Isak, and then Liverpool let them know we want Ekitike as well, and then Liverpool ended up signing Ekitike. So the problem is at the time is that wasn't the narrative coming out of the Newcastle, and that's the narrative that we discussed on this very show when Ashraf was explaining to us the infamous 4-4-2 how Ekitike and Isak are going to play together. So the narrative at the time was even if Newcastle do get Ekitike, they're not going to sell Isak. So let's not change the narrative a month and a half later. That's number one. Number two, let's go by what the man himself said. Forget what I say or Craig Hope says or anything. Let's go by what the man himself said. I've kept quiet for a long time while others have spoken, aka Ashraf, Joe, and Wolfie. That silence has allowed people to push their own version of the events, even though they know it doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed behind closed doors. The reality is that promises were made, and the club has known my position for a long time. To now act as if these issues are only emerging is misleading. When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can't continue. That's where things are for me right now. And that's why change is in the best interests of everyone, not just myself. Now, just to trigger Ashraf, I will play a clip from Craig Hope for just 25 seconds. So let's listen. What
I told you guys. I told you.
Which is find the two strikers they need and then negotiate that fee with Liverpool. I honestly don't think a lot's been made of Liverpool have got to come back with £150 million. Of all the obstacles there is to Alexander Isak going to Liverpool, I actually think the club's agreeing a deal. And Liverpool coming up with the number they know will facilitate that deal. I don't think that's the biggest obstacle here.
Here we go. Newcastle journalist. Not my opinion, not anyone's opinion. The same Craig Hope that Mr. Wolfie sent me his tweet yesterday going like, Newcastle, by the way, Isak staying. That's what Craig Hope said. Okay, Craig Hope also said, debunking your point from last week about the whole replacements thing, is that the whole bidding process is the least of our worries because we know that Liverpool have the money. We know that Liverpool are capable of pulling up with the money. And I will actually re-emphasize my point by an article today from Keith Downey, the Sky Sport Newcastle journalist, who said 130 million and probably the deal gets done for Alexander Isak. That's his suggestion. I can bring up 100 million examples.
Wait. When have we said...
I don't interrupt. Let me land.
Don't cut him off. Yeah.
99.999999% of the time, when you buy a player, you don't meet the selling club's valuation. Look from the beginning of this summer until this very second. Diaz was valued at 100 million. We sold him at 65. Nunes, we didn't want to sell to Napoli for 70. We sold him for 55. Ben Doak, we wanted 40. We got 25. I could go on and on. Every single person of us has sold a player for less than what the club valued him at. This is just the reality of transfers. You don't always buy the player for the exact value that the club wants. So they want 150 million for Isak. Cool. Liverpool are way more very normal for them to negotiate. Okay, obviously a bid is not going to be accepted for 110, neither will we pay 150. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle, like I have said, and even Wolfie will be honest about this from the beginning. I said it's going to be 120, 130 in that range, and I stick by that until this very second. That's the funniest part. Now we come all the way full cycle. This very second, I still believe Isak will be a Liverpool player. I'll be completely honest with you. And I'll tell you why. Because of something Joe mentioned. Look at the last paragraph of the Newcastle statement. They did not close the door. They said if the right conditions are met. So you're basically saying, and this is the thing that I just don't get. Everyone after Newcastle's statement yesterday was atting me, tagging me, mentioning me everywhere, acting like it's done, it's finished. So why is it that the last statement says, if the right conditions are met, we are going to sell Alexander Isak? Let me tell you why Newcastle are in lose-lose if they don't sell Isak, because I know the question is coming. So what happens if they don't sell Isak? Okay, let's say Isak is a man of his word. He will not play for the first team anymore. He's going to rot in the reserves and play academy football. Okay? I'm going to give you guys all that. So, if Isak for the next 3-4 months is playing academy football, Liverpool will get him for less in January. If Isak is playing academy football for the next year, Liverpool will get him for less in May. Newcastle are in a lose-lose if they don't sell Isak. Why? Great question. I'll tell you why. Because if they keep Isak, they don't have a striker. And if they sell Isak, they don't have a striker. The difference is if they sell Isak, they get 130 million, which helps them in FFP, in PSR, in so many different angles. And I'll end on this. Newcastle's problem has never been Isak, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, these guys. The problem in Newcastle is Joe Willock. Players like that are nowhere near good enough for a club that is trying to be a Champions League consistent club. You know how you improve that? You take that 130 million and you buy Malik Thiaw, Jacob Ramsey, Wissa, more and more 20,
They did that
30,
already.
40, 50 million pound players that make you better. Me and Ashraf spoke about a player that me and him both liked, and that's Johan Bakayoko from PSV, as an example. 26 million euros would have
He's
made
so
Newcastle exponentially better, as an example. So that's why, for me, if Newcastle don't sell Isak, I still believe that they're going to sell us Isak. I think it's just going to happen after the game. I'll be honest with you guys. I think we're being played here. Us, the content creators, the fans, everyone. I genuinely believe we're being played. I think all this is just some dramatic bullshit by both to just clear their name. Isak puts out the story to show the whole world, guys, I'm not the bad guy. Newcastle puts out the statement to go like, guys, we tried to keep him. The trust is broken, it's gone. I believe after the Monday night game, it would not shock me whatsoever if Tuesday morning we all wake up, inshallah, all of us happy, safe, and healthy with your families, with your loved ones, and you look at your phone and you see Isak to Liverpool, done. They accepted the bid of 130 million. I think this is all a game just until the Monday night game. That's genuinely what I believe. And I think we're going to end up signing Isak still till this day. I believe that. And I haven't changed my mind because the statement at the end kept the door open. 130 million and he's ours. No problem.
Hassan, what did Isak... Go ahead.
I don't necessarily agree if they don't sell him, they ain't got a striker. He'll play again. He will play.
Exactly. 100% he will play. 1,000,000%.
But how can you guarantee that?
You can get, because we've seen this before with other players.
Yeah.
And he's not as big as those players. And question, Hassam, can you show me again
what
what
if he
it
plays
is?
reserve football?
No, he'll do it
Then
for a
he-
month or
then
two,
he
and then
does.
he will play again.
Also,
Right,
sorry,
he'll
there's
do it
something
for
I
a
just want to
month or
respond to. Just real quick, I forgot to. I'm sorry. Just one thing. Joe asked, what's one season at Newcastle going to do? I'll tell you what it will do. What if Liverpool go on this season to win the quadruple, as an example?
Yeah, but you're not gonna, man.
No, but you say stuff like this. Think about this logically. What if Liverpool have an all-timer historic season, Premier League and Champions League, as an example? Okay, forget quadruple. What if Liverpool just win the Premier League and the Champions League? Very viable scenario. Nothing crazy. It's possible. We could win both. If Liverpool do win both, Isak in his prime has spent another season trying to qualify for the Champions League. That's the difference.
No, but he's not. It's not like he's 28, 29. He's 25. He can still go
26,
next season. In
27,
fact,
27.
oh, 26. Sorry. In fact, next
7.
season, more options. Oh, sorry, 27. More options open up for him because
Who are the options? Who?
I said Barcelona because Lewandowski's probably not going to renew.
You keep saying Barcelona. Barcelona.
Oh, wait. I don't want
over the line.
I don't want to. Yeah, but if they win, if they
Barcelona,
stop, that's BS. That's BS.
Barcelona couldn't get a 50 million euro transfer over the line.
You guys, I thought he's 25 exactly. I don't know why people are saying 27. He's 25.
Is he 25? Why have I got 27?
Yeah. I checked it a month ago. Yeah, fair enough, FK. He's turning 26.
Bro, it's gonna be
September.
26 in a
sense.
month. Same thing.
Yeah, so he's not 27. That's not the same.
Yeah.
Anyways, my point is, you said in your statement of Isak, when you showed the screenshot, he's like, can you show me again what it was said? Like promises were broken from a long time.
Oh,
No, he said the club. Yeah, no. He said the club knew his stance from a long time now.
Yeah,
right?
so he basically, I believe he had a gentleman's agreement with them to leave.
Okay, so yeah, guys, can you read? It says, the reality is that promises were made and the club has known my position for a long time. So Isak is a liar then.
Why?
Yep.
Because I'm looking at his quote from March 2025, before he played the Carabao Cup final, and I quote, he was asked about his contract situation. They asked him, are you open to a new contract? Verbatim, this is his response. Yeah, I think I've said I'm not really thinking about the summer, but yeah, that'll probably be a talking point. Once the season is finished, we will really see, because no talks have been held yet. So literally
Yeah, so that's
in
the
his
broken
own quote,
promise.
in his own no, he says no talks have
The
been held
broken
yet.
promise is the contract. Stop, you're
Yeah,
building on something
Habibi,
wrong.
wait, no, stop. You don't know my argument. You're assuming.
Go ahead.
He just said the club has known my stance for a long time. His stance apparently is he wants to leave, right? That's a stance. He wants to go to bigger things. If that's the logic, why are you saying in March that no talks have been held about your own contract? Why would you even want to have talks about extending your contract if the plans were already that you were going to leave? Why would there even be talks about a contract? So you either lied in March.
That's why I said you're building
mistake
it on something wrong. Just give me 1 second, just so you don't build your argument on something that didn't happen. Craig Hope already said what the broken promises is. When Isak speaks about broken promises, it can only mean, believe sources close to the situation, the new contract discussed in spring, same time, March of last year with previous co-owners and then denied by Paul Mitchell in summer of last year.
That's not what I'm referring to, Hassam. Hassam, that's not even the line I
That's
picked
what
up.
Isak is referring to.
So when he says the club knew my stance for a long time, what did he mean by that? What stance?
Okay, see, now you're mixing up timelines.
No. I'm asking you what in his quote yesterday.
Okay, I'll tell you
said,
exactly what happened. Okay, no, but I'll tell you exactly what happened with the
explain to me
timeline.
what he meant.
Okay,
Explain
because
to me
the
what he
timeline
meant.
matters.
No, I don't. Yeah,
Okay,
Habibi,
the part where you're talking about contract, that time, the March where he was talking about the contract, where he wanted to stay. After then is when Newcastle lost their sporting director. They no longer had a sporting director. And then after that, a contract was denied for Isak. And then he told them that he wants to leave. So both statements are true. He wanted a new...
No,
this is what
they're
happened first. First, he wanted a new contract. Newcastle denied him a new contract. Because of the broken promise, which is the new contract that they didn't give him, he now wants to leave. So these things are all in the past, but they didn't happen at the same time. You see, he wanted to extend first, but then he got denied that by the new sporting director after Amanda Staveley left. And then because Amanda Staveley left and the sporting director left, and he could not get a contract extension, that's when he felt like the promises were broken. So then he proceeded to tell the club,
wait.
I want
Who's
to
the sporting
leave.
director? Who's
So
the
when
sporting
he
director
says,
that left?
hear me out.
They
So when
don't
he
have
says
one.
the club has known for a long
Yeah,
time.
Paul
this
Mitchell.
does-
He left.
Wait,
He left
Habib,
end of June.
1 second. When he says the club has known for a long time doesn't have to be 4 years. Long time can be 2 months, 3 months. That's long time as well
What?
in a footballer's world.
Hassam, he said the club knew my stance for a long time.
Since
What did
Everton,
he mean by that sentence?
Since Everton.
What did he mean by that sentence? Did he mean the contract or did he mean that his desire to leave?
Both, because they both happened in the past, and that's my point. The broken promise part is the contract.
So he lied. So he lied.
No,
then. If he says,
the broken promise is the contract. The stance is him wanting to leave after
I don't
denying
care about the
contract.
broken promise. I don't care. Habibi, he's not an idiot. He wouldn't say the club knew my stance for a long time and he would mean 2 months. That's not a long enough time. Are you serious? He's wanted to leave from 2 months. That's a long time he's been talking about.
That's why
Really?
you're
Stop
gaslighting.
clutching at
You're
straws.
gaslighting now.
You're not
You're
gaslighting. He said the club knew my stance for a long time. But in March, he said, yes, we will talk about the contract, but no talks have been opened yet. So
Okay.
which one was it? Did you have the intention to leave from before? In which case, you're lying now. Or did you clearly tell them you wanted to leave from before? In which case, you lied in March. Which one is it? It's one of the two. Both
Okay.
cannot exist.
Here, okay, let me explain to you why both can exist, and that's the problem with your argument. You're messing up the timeline here. You're talking about March. I've agreed with you on March. You're missing the point. So March comes around. Isak wants a new contract, okay? They deny him a new contract, okay? So that's the broken promise part. Now, knowing the
Okay.
stance...
Wait, where's this denial? Wait, just for
Okay, no,
clarification.
1 second. Let me answer ya, Wolfie, Habibi. So knowing the stance part is from Everton. So that's what Melissa Reddy reported, and that's what all the other report. Remember the report that we discussed last week about how long Isak has told them, basically. So from the last game of the season, when the sporting directors left and the people who are like up top at Newcastle left, like the ones in charge of decisions and shit, when they left and they said nope, new contract from Everton. So from the last game of the season, match week 38 is when he told them, I want to leave. That's what's been reported. So
a long time for him meant 2 months. That's what you mean. He meant 2 months. That's a long time.
Yes, but here's the thing. It's August. If from a football perspective, I told
but
you
he wanted to leave from... He wanted to leave
if I
2
could
months ago.
find a replacement for me from a footballer perspective 3.5 months ago, of course that's a long time. That ain't a short time.
Oh my God.
It's
Hassam,
true.
you're clutching at straws,
Why does long time have to be like 4 years? Who
You're
told you
clutching at
this?
straws. So basically this baby is crying because in April or May or whenever it was, they said no contract. And then a month later or 2 months later, they changed their mind and said, fine, here's a contract. So because they changed their mind in 1 month and didn't give him the thing that he wanted from the very beginning, he's upset and he's crying like a little bitch. Is that what it is? Is that what you're saying?
It's
Because
not about
literally, you're
crying
basically
like a little bitch. If he
you're
feels
basically
like he was
saying,
going to get something and he didn't get it, he thinks that
He
the
got
trust
it.
is broken.
but he
No,
got
he
it. He
didn't.
got it literally a month later. He got it.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Oh my God! You were the
He
one who
didn't.
said they
It's true.
offered
He
him 3,
didn't.
4 contracts. You're the one who said they offered him contracts 3 or 4 times, and he said no. All
Yeah,
three
but that's
times.
after the promises were broken.
When
Okay, so he's
is
crying.
the question?
Yeah, when were they
When?
broken? So they...
The promises were
Maybe
broken in March.
The reality is,
he wants the
Hussam is just
contract.
trying. Hussam is speculating that he means 2-3 months. I don't
I'm
think
not
Isak is an
speculating.
idiot.
I'm bringing up stuff.
I don't think-
Stop saying
I
I'm
don't-
speculating.
If
Just because
okay,
you disagree
fair.
with me, I'm speculating, but you're stating facts. I'm stating
Wait,
stuff
wait,
that
wait,
journalists have said.
No.
None
you
of
are
us are
speculating that-
Isak's bestie, bro.
You're speculating that the long time he's referring to is 2-3 months. Maybe what Isak meant yesterday is from ages ago. He's told Newcastle, "This is my last season." Which, by the way, you hypothesized on that a couple of weeks ago, which might have happened. I'm not denying it. Maybe he did
Could've.
tell them 6, 7, 8 months ago. That's the speculation. Then we don't know if he's referring to 2-3 months ago. In which case, it's weird to use the phrase "long time ago" because 2-3 months is not a long time ago. I think what he meant is, I could be wrong, but I think what he meant is the club knew my stance from a long time, meaning for months and months and months, right?
Yeah.
From the beginning of
Yeah, I
last
agree
season or
with
the
you.
middle of last season. That means he lied in March. If that's the case, if you agree with me, he lied in March then.
But that doesn't
Because in
change
March-
anything. I don't think us agreeing or disagreeing on if he lied on March changes anything in this debate.
It does
all.
because it affects his credibility. Because now the club is saying something, he's saying something. Yes, they haven't spoken about the contract, so that might be a broken promise, but it makes it seem like Isak has exaggerated certain things.
You look at
If he's
this-
caught lying
this
in one
guy.
time.
Look, I've got one. Look at this guy eating on camera. Can you fucking be professional? Actually, talk. So this guy just rage baits and then he puts on a meal like. you're
All right,
watching a
fine.
movie.
I'll eat like this.
That's not a proper meal, to be honest.
Yeah, man.
Have some shame.
Yeah.
Have some shame.
I don't get why we're arguing this. It's like we've wasted.
I
About
don't get
half
why
an
you're
hour.
off camera.
You just said eating him and
Bro,
professional.
I'm just joking. You can eat on camera. I don't care.
I'm saying.
All of a sudden he's sensitive. صحة صحة. Go ahead, Joe, while he drinks some water.
Yeah,
Go
Joe,
ahead,
you talk, Joe.
I mean, you're on mute. Professional
Yeah,
streamer.
I mean,
Let's
listen,
go on.
no one knows the facts. We're all guessing. Maybe Craig Hope says this. Maybe Isak means this. Ultimately, the window shuts in 11 days. We will know after 11 days where Isak will be playing his football, and that's what we've got to wait for now. It's going to twist and turn again. I do think there's something in the deal potentially being done after Monday's game. I've said that because you can't have a situation where
I don't think Isak can come on in a Liverpool shirt
exactly,
yet.
exactly, mate. Exactly. Sorry, my son's on a wild one. So yeah.
No worries, man. By the way, I agree with Hussam, and I don't know if
My
Joseph said, but I
grandpa's on a
agree.
wild one.
I agree that he probably will join Liverpool. I think eventually they will agree on like a 140 million deal or whatever it is, and they'll make it happen. My point is, this doesn't change what we said last week about him being a villain. Again, by villain, we obviously mean in the wrong in this scenario. But if he does end up staying, I disagree with the fact of it's a lose-lose situation. Because I think it'll be just like the Carlos Tevez situation where he will stay. For a couple of months, he'll play in the reserves to learn his lesson. He'll get fined, and then he'll come out and apologize.
Would it shock you if
And
it
he'll-
happens literally
and
the
he'll end
day
up playing.
after the game? Honestly, like literally
No,
one
no,
day
I
after.
wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't
Tuesday,
even
the
be
game finishes, and after the game, guys, the Liverpool directors had a meeting with the Newcastle directors.
By the
and
way,
they agreed.
I wouldn't even be shocked if it happens before the game. If anything, if Newcastle,
Oh.
because it's at St James Park, right?
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
there
That's gonna be
if I
Monday
was-
night draw right there.
If I was the Liverpool ownership, I would
Wallahi,
actually-
you offer me a draw and no injuries, I take it right now. I swear.
no. But this is what I'm saying. If I'm the Liverpool,
You're getting
the
injuries, bro. You're getting injuries in that game.
If I'm the Newcastle ownership, yeah, and I know the deal is being done and it's going to get wrapped up soon, I would probably announce that it's happening before the game to rile up the fans, to rile up the players, get everyone fired up for that game, right? Because they will have like extra incentive to play that game even harder and try to go and push for a win. But I do see it happening, but I don't see it happen. I do think the Newcastle owners are also stubborn in that way. Like they will not settle for something below the value they're expecting. Not 150, but I'm thinking like 140, maybe like 130 plus 10 million add-ons or 20 million add-ons or something like that.
We're hyping this thing up on Monday. I guarantee you now, they've already got a meeting booked. All this drama in front of the screens on the pitch and everything, behind the scene at boardroom level, they're not like that. They will have amicable discussions between Newcastle and Liverpool because they both see it as a business. They both see it as transaction. They have a good one. Someone wants it. Someone wants to sell it. I would not be surprised if they've already sat down and said, after the game, let's give it 24 hours, whatever the result is, let the fans kind of temperature come down. We'll sit down Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll have a discussion. We'll thrash this out to get it done. And that's what's probably going to happen. Can Isak stay? Yes. Can he go? Yes. Is there a way back from it? Newcastle? Yes. He could be offered a new contract. Morgan Gibbs-White, sign it, and then everything's forgiven. But from the Newcastle perspective, and within that contract, they could put a proper release clause in there, and then he could go in January. There's so many options still available. I think
Wolfie, I have a conspiracy. I want to see if you agree with it or not. And I said this on the terrace. I believe that we're being played.
Who's being played?
Genuinely. I think Newcastle is covering their ass, and I think Isak is covering their ass, but both sides know that he's just going to Liverpool.
Yeah.
So Isak is just protecting himself. Newcastle are protecting themselves.
I don't think that's the case.
I think
Otherwise,
they're
we'd
just
have seen
waiting
this
for
like
after the
Eze.
game.
I think with Eze, everyone knows he's leaving and they're just going through the motions and is being professional about it.
Agreed.
I genuinely think Newcastle have put up an attempt to keep Isak because you can't replace him. That's the key thing with this. So I think within that attempt to keep him, they disagreed. They had their disagreements. But it still will happen. If it doesn't happen this window, it'll happen January. If it doesn't happen January, by absolute latest next summer. You've got Ekatike.
But the problem is their asset is depreciating in value. That's the thing.
It won't.
Okay. Do we agree genuinely? This is probably the most that they'll ever get for him this summer, like numbers wise.
No.
Depends. If he has like a 20-25 goal season, then he probably will cost
an unhappy
more.
player.
No more. He won't cost more. I think he'll cost around the same. But actually, Sam, let's go.
I think if they keep him till January, we probably get him for less in January. And if they keep him till the summer, we get him even for less the summer after because he has 2 years left on the deal.
Let's assume that's the case. Let's assume instead of 130, you guys get him for 90 million, for example, next year in the summer.
Newcastle just wasted everyone's time.
No, they didn't.
No,
because
they didn't.
for them, having him gives them a bigger chance of making Champions League again. Gives them a bigger chance of getting into Europe
and
again.
that's worth 120 mil.
Which is what, by the way, so if we're talking about 130 and 90, that's 40 million difference. They might say this 1 year of getting back in Champions League is worth at 40 million.
Yeah, but here's the thing, you're taking a big risk because Isak could play a reserve team football. I'm not denying the fact he could go back to the first team, but you can't deny the fact that he could just play academy.
No, but I'm saying he won't play academy. You guys, you remember Suarez threw a fuss like that as well when he wanted to leave to Arsenal in 2013 and the club convinced him to stay. Yes, he didn't throw as big a fuss. I get it. The club convinced him to stay. He stayed 1 year. His value went up even more the season after. And he went to Barcelona for like 60, 70 million at the time. So
Harry
there's clear
Kane.
100%. So there's clear precedence to show because Isak is not an idiot. He knows if he doesn't play for like a whole season, Liverpool themselves will not want him. If Ekatike bangs and Liverpool win the league, and they see an Isak who's been out of form for a whole year, has not played, they're probably not even going to go back for him at that time. He's not an idiot. He's going to want to play and keep his standard and keep his... That's what I'm saying happened to Tevez. Tevez kept quiet, came back, apologized, played, was top scorer that season, and then went to Juventus after that because he knew he needed to get his value back up.
I hear you guys. Listen.
Thank you, Ash. World Cup year as well. Like, I know he's a guaranteed player for Sweden, but even Sweden might think, bro, this guy's not played for a whole year.
He's going to be fighting with Gyokeres.
They play together. They start together. But my point is, Sweden might look at it and say, this guy has not played for a whole year. Maybe let's look at what other options we have. This is why I'm saying that he's not an idiot to do that. He's not going to say, I'll sit on the bench. Remember Yaya Toure with the birthday cake and all that crap he did? He even apologized after. And Yaya Toure is clearly someone with ego and pride. He went and apologized to Pep so Pep could bring him back.
Okay. Just a prediction from all of you guys. Do you think Isak by
Can
September
I just ask,
1st,
because I'm sorry,
go on.
what happens if he doesn't come for you? Like, how do you respond? Do we get another elite, San Sebastian fucking Zubamendi video about Newcastle? You know, they have made a mortal enemy.
Oh yeah, Newcastle already have an enemy in me. I'm a Sunderland. Sunderland is my second club now. Like
Sunderland
that's just,
till I die. Yeah.
Sunderland's my second club. I'm doing a Sunderland Newcastle watch along, inshallah, on this channel. If there's a Liverpool game on the same exact time slot, I'm watching Sunderland Newcastle. That's how much vim like I've got towards Newcastle, so I'm with that. But look, in terms of the place...
question to that, Hussam. Sorry. Let's say he stays.
Yes.
Okay. Who's your backup striker?
But that's the thing. I was about to answer Joe.
They'll
I
get
think
someone.
if that's the thing. I think if imagine we go get a Wissa.
I hear Vardy's available.
It'll be like the biggest fuck you to Newcastle in history. Like, imagine, like we go get to Wissa or some shit. I don't know. Nah, look, I'll be honest with you guys. I think if Isak doesn't join Liverpool, I think we're going to find a different player to come to us. You should be the most worried, actually, Ashraf, because if we don't sign Isak, I think there is a world in which Liverpool go all in for Rodrygo now.
Why would that worry me?
Why would that worry you? Because fucking Rodrygo's joining Liverpool? Like,
why would that
elite
worry me?
level
How would
player?
that change anything? But how does that change anything?
Because
I'm
you want him
predicting
at
we'll finish
Arsenal.
second. Yeah, but there's no intention to get him from Arsenal, and we're clearly. I said my predictions were finishing second.
Club's embarrassing.
If-
Wallahi, how are you
if
linked
I'm
to Jamie Vardy?
Yeah, and I don't think we're getting VAR. I think that's just fake links. If I'm predicting we're second, if I said City first, Arsenal second, Liverpool third, then yes, I'm worried because that means the team comes and leapfrogs us. I already think you're finishing above us regardless of whether we get Rodrygo or not. So it doesn't affect me in that way, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. So let me just get a prediction from you guys.
I love that the comments are like cursing at me and stuff. It's so nice.
Oh, it's
to
brilliant,
see
man.
people so-
No, listen. Let me
then
just make something clear.
and then for Sam says it's kind of
it's very important.
sensitive in those
I
comments.
have timed out and banned people in the chat. Look, I want to make something clear. Do not
It
insult
doesn't
the
bother me,
panelists.
والله, Sam.
يا حبيبي ماشي بس حتى ولو لازم ننبه الناس. Guys, I want to make something clear. Do not insult panelists on the show. You know, words like clown and idiot and blah blah. These are like, okay, it doesn't matter. But like when don't go over the top and start, you know, and like actually deeply insulting people. That's very disrespectful.
I
That's
don't get why they're
unacceptable.
upset. We haven't even
It's
spoken
not-
about
Sure,
Liverpool in a
no,
bad
So
way.
just chill out on the insults. That's very important. I've already timed out about 5-6 different people, guys. Don't be disrespectful.
There's no need.
I usually time
Like-
out first time, and then second time I ban. So yeah, we're not joking around with the insults. You know, I'm sure that all three of the guys
There's no need.
don't
right?
mind being
There's
called
no
like
need.
an idiot or a clown, whatever.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are like whatever insults. But
I
when
swear
you
it
go
doesn't-
over
no
the
matter
top,
what they say, it doesn't bother me. Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
just chill out.
football, chat. Would you rather we came on and just said agreed with Hussam all the way through? Because we don't. We're just being ourselves, saying it as it is. But also, what I would say to people as well, like, don't say something to someone online that you probably wouldn't say to them in face. Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean? That's another thing. But just keep it sweet, man. Keep
And
it
like
sweet.
Joe, how many times me and you disagreed? You've never called me a prick or a dick.
No,
Well,
no,
a couple of
exactly.
times. But do you know what I mean? You just disagree and you move on. That's like football.
Someone in the
I
chat
feel like
said we
Joe
need
and
Wolfie.
Wolfie actually
We
insult
need
each other.
Wolfie to eat more so he waffles less. Someone said in the chat.
Yeah, the blood sugar.
Someone said in the chat,
Oh.
I need this version of Wolfie because when he eats, he's not rage baiting anymore.
I hadn't eaten all day, man. Now I'm calm, I'm settled, you know what I'm saying?
صحة وعافية حبيبي صحة وعافية.
Alhamdulillah.
So let me just grab these supers. By the way, guys, StreamYard has been the biggest asshole. I don't know if the guys are going through the same issue. It's like
I
the same
saw that
thing
yesterday.
again, bro. I've got to individually star every single one of them, and it's just so jarring. Like everyone knows how much auto star is so much easier, but the colors don't even show up on the screen. But for some reason,
that thing with the showing usernames instead of the names.
yeah, it shows the full name now, but it doesn't show the super chat. But for some reason, Yasar's one is the only one that actually shows in color.
Special.
I don't know why. Anyway, guys, look, 1,520 people here. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be reading the supers now. And then after that, we're going to move on to talk about Arsenal and Arsenal versus Leeds. Joe, for the first time since he joined the show, actually could talk about his own football club. So that should be enjoyable. You get me? I hope, like he promised in the summer, he's actually going to back it. And not going to go like, Arteta, I love you. We're going to lose the game. Yeah, that's what we don't want, innit? We want the bald bastard we all love. So everyone hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and go subscribe to all of them on the panel. Just Joe Football Show. He's back in the Premier League. Watch along. You get me? Cooking. Forest Fan TV. Absolute prick, but we all love him. And Ashraf Talks Football. You get me? So subscribe to these three guys. Big up to Ed who says, now I have to go like $20 from Ed. Come on, we know these guys are just here to rage bait the Liverpool fan because if they see this shit happen in every other club and nothing has been said about it, but rivals to say, hey, look at Liverpool trying to make a player leave.
Can I ask you,
think-
Ed,
No,
why
no,
why
say
is
that.
it rage baiting the Liverpool fans when we're saying Liverpool haven't done anything wrong? They've approached us correctly. We're just talking about a player who's not even yours yet. Why do you guys feel
Exactly.
so butthurt that we're talking about a player who hasn't joined your club yet and saying what he's doing is wrong? Literally, no one criticized Liverpool at all. So I
Yeah,
don't know. You guys,
you
need to
know
look at
what,
yourself,
Ashraf?
to be honest.
You know what? Let's just say PSG come in for him tomorrow and offer 140 or whatever, and he goes there.
Yeah,
I guarantee
they will
all
curse
the
him.
Liverpool
Oh,
fans
imagine.
will cry, acting as if he's left Anfield. That's the crazy thing about it.
It's mad.
Okay, but can I make a point that I think genuinely deep down all of you will agree with? Why can't we just allow football fans to be hypocrites? I think hypocrisy is allowed being a football fan.
No
Like
one
the
said you
prime,
can't.
can I give you a genuine football example that you have all probably encountered? When we're discussing Hazard and Salah, all Chelsea fans bring up is ability. You switch it to Gerrard and Lampard, they start
they're
bringing up GA and trophies. But that's what makes Salah beat Hazard. So I think
Yeah, but that's
it's
you
okay
should
for
call that
football
out.
fans to be hypocrites. No, nothing wrong with that.
No, I disagree. Not when they. By the way, and it's not even about hypocrisy here. Here they're getting hurt by something that's not even relevant to them. Like I get it's a player that's going to be their player, but
Third
we're literally
party.
saying about. And someone asked in the, I don't know. I think it's the same guy. Maybe he asked in the comments earlier. Oh, but why aren't you guys talking about Wissa? Yeah, Habibi, talk to your host. He didn't bring up Wissa. The topic is
Yeah,
Isak.
but no, but I think his point is a
How many
different
times
one.
have we
He's
said do we
saying-
have to talk about
He's
Isak
saying
again?
Newcastle fans don't
Exactly.
share the same vim towards Vissa. But from my perspective, I'm consistent. I think it's okay. Let them be hypocrites. Who cares? Genuinely. So what? Football fans are hypocrites all the time.
They
They
can,
do
but they'll
hold
get
the
called
same
out for
vim
it.
for Vissa, by the way.
Here comes the behavior police. Big up to West Coast. Thank you so much for the super chat. Here comes the 1999 from West Coast. Here comes the behavior police. Also, who made the clubs the beacon of morality? United literally pushing Højlund Garnacho out mid-contract, but everyone loses their mind if players do that. Double standards.
Again,
I don't
United.
care about.
when-
We're asked about Isak, man. I don't care about Man United. Like, I
Yeah,
don't,
do you want us to talk about Højlund?
yeah,
Is that what
like,
you guys in the chat
because
want to hear
500
about?
will leave.
Højlund-
United are
Yeah,
irrelevant.
There's your answer. Then.
talk to your host, West Coast. Tell him we want to talk about.
Can you
United.
guys stop blaming me for everything? All this fucking talk to your host. Relax.
Your host.
Do you guys
your
actually?
host
No,
picks the
wait.
topic.
Do you guys actually want to talk about United? Do you actually
No,
want
of course
to?
not.
Bro, it's your show.
You know when
talk
I
about
started-
whatever
No,
topic
not
you
yet,
bring
not
up.
yet.
Wallahi,
Not yet.
I'll let you in on a secret. Me and Mo both, wallahi, told Terry today before the stream, can we not talk about United today? I swear to God. Because just like what you want to say, oh my God, Garnacho's shit. We get it. No one cares, bro. They're irrelevant.
Bro, if you want to talk about how shit United are, I got Manchester United are. Sorry, Joe. I'm here all day. I'm happy.
Leeds are the real
I'll
United.
cancel
Also,
my
I don't
football
think
team.
I don't think it's the same equivalency. If United are trying to push two players out when they have contract,
No,
it's not
he's
the same
saying
because-
if when
because
a
they will
team
pay
wants
them
to
that
sell
money.
a player
It's not the same.
mid-contract, no one's like he's contractually obligated to blah blah blah.
Again,
Which is
speak
true,
to your
be fair.
host.
Yeah,
clown
wait. No. Sorry. You cannot just say that and move on. If Garnacho and Højlund say, we will not leave the club, no matter what happens, can United stop paying them?
No, because they'll get fined.
Exactly. So because United are contractually obligated to fulfill their requirements as per the contract, it works both ways.
Okay, respond to this. He wasn't saying this when he was going on TikTokers. So much bias. Tell Ashraf, TikTokers was acting like a child at sport.
I don't know, when you say TikTokers, do you mean like I was doing it on TikTok? Because I don't even have TikTok. I've never used TikTok in my life.
That's what I thought.
Second of all, not once did I say what Gyokeres did was the right thing, right? So you're conflating two things. Again, you're super butthurt and sensitive, and I don't understand why, because nobody has criticized your club. We're literally just saying the main topic of this whole summer is Isak, and we're discussing that, and we're saying what he's doing is not correct. That's it.
Boom. That's
Sam, you want an invitation?
Let's move on.
Someone actually sent me a tweet. Isak has arrived to the Newcastle training ground alone. You guys could be right. They could be having a meeting even earlier than we guys think.
I thought you were going to say Liverpool training ground then. I thought he was doing a Peter on the wingy outside.
Oh, the wingy. Do you guys remember that?
Remember?
He was crying outside. I think it was West.
That was when Harry Redknapp got mad
club
about
was he
Wheeler
going
and
to?
Dealer, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a Wheeler. I'm a fucking football
Can't remember
manager.
what club he was going to.
Love Harry Redknapp. Last year, Isak was told he was going to be sold for PSR reasons, then promised he'd be sold this year. But let's just rage bait and attack a player because he was promised something.
How do you know that? How do you know that, Edrin? Because the club denied it. The club said we never
Because
promised something like that.
He knows
How do you know
he
that?
sits
What's
in a
that?
leather chair holding his microphone with his left hand. 16 out of 10.
Exactly. How do you don't know that for sure?
Don't disrespect Ed like that. Ed's one of the OGs. Just relax. Relax.
I don't care about it.
Big
He
up
needs to
Ed.
think a bit better.
Ed is American as well, and he plants cantaloupes. So respect Ed. He's a gardener
plants
as well.
what?
Cantaloupes. Melons, I call them, but people call them cantaloupes.
لا.
يا زلمة شمام بالعربي مالك.
Hey, خلاص.
Cantaloupe.
Newcastle basically saying play or stay home is what AMT is saying. I pray Liverpool get Rodrygo, then Arsenal definitely win the Premier. If Liverpool get Rodrygo, I promise you Arsenal are not definitely winning the Premier League, habibi.
I don't
Promise
think we're
you.
winning it regardless, honestly.
Yeah, with Madueke, shiver me timbers. Okay, so hypothetically, we give Newcastle a free hit at Ekitike. What's to stop Newcastle from saying, nah, we're going to keep Isak. Now we're short a player. That's the thing. The narrative at the time was, oh my God, they want to play Ekitike and Isak together. Am I lying? That's literally what was happening. So
Hussam, don't do that. Because Hussam yesterday, I don't know if you watched the stream yesterday, Wolfie. Hussam yesterday said Ekitike and Isak can play together up top in a 4-4-2.
He said they could.
He said
why are
they
you a
would
liar?
play
Why are you a liar? Don't
He
lie.
said the midfield would play a diamond. He said the midfield
Don't
would
lie.
play a diamond.
Can you stop lying, please?
Interesting.
Say wallah, you didn't say that.
Okay,
Say
what?
wallah, you
Okay,
didn't say that.
okay, stop. I said only when Salah goes to
Guy
AFCON.
calls me
Yes
a
or no?
liar.
I said
When did I-
when Salah goes
So
to
when did I
AFCON,
deny
yes or
that?
no?
When
That's
Salah goes to AFCON.
Okay,
So
so say
just-
the whole statement. Don't just say
Guys,
one part.
Wait,
I
wait,
just
wait,
said-
wait. So does Salah play for Newcastle?
لا يا حبيبي. He's talking about when Isak comes to Liverpool.
No,
Remember
but
when we
what
had the
you're
whole
talking
debate
about is
about
when people were saying they could both play it up front for Newcastle. You're like,
Exactly. You said no. So don't change your energy now.
so now your parameter for allowing it is Salah. He doesn't play at Newcastle.
Guys, you're missing the point. Who do Liverpool have on the right wing? Salah.
Mhm.
Newcastle also have a lot of wingers. They bought a winger this season in Ilanga. You can't play 4-4-2 diamond with wingers. I told Ashraf this is what's going to happen when Salah only goes to AFCON. This is just during AFCON. I think we're going to play all four midfielders in a diamond. So it's going to be Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Wirtz, and then the two strikers ahead of them. So it's
Why
going to
do
be
you
a
do
diamond.
that?
In
Is
midfield.
Alanga
A month-
undroppable for
A
Newcastle?
month ago, you said no club plays 4-4-2 anymore. You didn't say a month ago no club plays
It's not
4-4-2.
4-4-2.
but
It's a
Liverpool can do
diamond.
it.
It's not
Diamond.
4-4-2. It's a diamond. That's different.
Yeah, it's
The
called Diamond
is the four in
4-4-2,
the
bro.
middle.
4-4-2 is 4
4-4-2, that's what it is.
midfielders.
Huh? Are you okay? The diamond is literally one DM, 2 center mids, and an attacking mid. That's called a diamond because it makes the shape. Do you understand formations? And
Yes.
then 2 strikers
The
up top.
4-4-2 that you were referring to includes a left mid and a right mid. That's not the one I'm
No,
talking
there's
about.
2 versions of 4-4-2, bro.
Yes, and I'm talking about okay.
God.
The version that doesn't work is the classical English version of right mid and left mid. It doesn't work at Newcastle because
Guys.
their left mid. But you see, he keeps interrupting. Manti, why do you listen to?
Sorry.
respond?
Finish.
Why
finish.
why
Hold on,
interrupt
my
after one word? So
bad. Yeah,
how can I
Habibi,
get
my bad.
One word he interrupted me.
He knows I'm gonna catch him, so he's
Okay, there are two
Finish.
different versions of 4-4-2. Okay, the 4-4-2 that you were referring to at Newcastle includes Anthony Gordon playing left mid and someone else playing right mid. That doesn't work at Liverpool because Salah cannot play right mid because it doesn't track back. So the only way it can work with them both playing up top is if we play a diamond in midfield. The diamond in midfield includes no right mid and no left mid. It's a right central midfielder. It's what Slot did away at Manchester City last season when he played Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai as 2 10s, McAllister and Gravenberch. That's the thing that I'm talking
Just
about.
interrupt
So it's a
him, Joe, just
completely
interrupt.
different style.
It's just not to take us back there, but Craig Hope, Tottenham consider offering Richarlison as part of Eze deal and would then move for Brentford's Johan Visser. Visser's heart set on Newcastle, but Thomas Frank keen to reunite with Johan Visser.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
There you
Could
go.
you imagine?
So just a quick response to what the load of waffle that Hussam said. Newcastle can also play a diamond of Tonali and Jolinton and Bruno Guimaraes and then I don't know Willock or whoever. And second thing is, let's use the Liverpool fans' logic. You remember someone?
Oh, Newcastle gonna drop Anthony Gordon.
Wait. You said not to interrupt you, right? You said not to interrupt you.
Newcastle gonna drop Anthony Gordon.
Someone just said, okay, fair enough. Play him as an attacking midfielder or some crap like that. By the way, someone just said in the comments, whoever sent the super chat said, why didn't you have the same energy for Gyokeres? So Hussam, when you were talking about 4-4-2 a month ago, why didn't you explain this for Newcastle? Why didn't you say when you were mentioning the point of no club in England plays 4-4-2 anymore? Why didn't you also add the caveat that but Liverpool can play 4-4-2 because we play a diamond? Why didn't you bring that up at the time?
But still, Ashraf, he's hiding behind the point of the fact that he said they cannot play those two up front together.
Exactly. That was his main point.
4-4-2, 3-5-2, whatever formation you want.
Okay, so now I'll respond. If Isak comes to Liverpool, Ekitike is holding bench. End of.
You don't
No
think
problem.
Ekitike can play on the left side?
So I don't think Ekitike and Isak play together with all our players there. The only time where I see them playing together is when Salah goes to AFCON. That's it. I've said this 100 times. I broke down the difference. And you're talking about the prototypical 4-4-2. Craig Hopium from Donald Hussam is what Joe Green is saying. Okay, Hussam, tell me which 2 good strikers Newcastle can get. That's on your club. Your club's been fucking up from the start of the window. That ain't Isak's fault or my fault or Liverpool's fault. That's your own club's fault. You dilly-dallied for the last 3.5 months, got rejected by 11 players. You're an embarrassment. Big up to Naif, says, big up Don Hussam. Love you, my brother. Keep up as always. Thank you so much, Naif. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate that, brother. Isak will not play in the reserves. If he refuses to play, that's a clear breach of contract. Newcastle can then keep him registered without paying him. Hey, we'll see if he's willing to take that risk. We'll see. Never know. Never know. Ashraf mixing up the promise with his stance. That was 6 months ago, Ashraf. 6 months is a long time.
What was 6 months ago?
March. The interview.
Yeah, March was 6 months ago. You're right. And in March, he said there was no talks about his future or contract.
So he never said this, but the interview was before a cup final. What do you expect a player to say before a cup final?
So he lied then. Okay, khalas. So he lied in March. Fair enough.
Yeah, players lie all the time. Who gives a fuck?
Okay. Yeah, he might be lying now again.
Sir Galahad, who says the March statement is before a cup final. Why would a player not be diplomatic? You'd have to be stupid to air your dirty laundry before a cup final.
You can be diplomatic without saying... Yeah, shut up. Exactly. You could be diplomatic without saying we haven't spoken about it yet. You can say, yeah, I like everything he said about the club. They can win things. That's fine. That's what you should say. When it comes to your contract, you could have just said, nothing. Talks are ongoing. Yeah, or I have no update yet.
Or nothing. Right now, I'm focused on enjoying this silverware.
Exactly.
Silverware for 70 years in Newcastle. That's where my focus is, to make sure the fans, do that. And I just want to make sure that they know we appreciate them. Move on.
Hussam, a question. If Isak so desperate to leave, then why doesn't he hand in a transfer request so that his price drops and then Liverpool can get him for 125? The answer is because he's very greedy. Yeah, doesn't want to give up his loyalty bonuses.
Which 100%, that's his right.
Fine.
Money
is money, Habibi. I don't know why everyone is talking about Newcastle agreeing to sell Isak when Isak is at loan at Newcastle from Arsenal, clearly. I still remember when Arsenal fans spent the whole season pretending that he's on loan, bro, to Newcastle. They'd celebrate Isak goals. It's crazy. Get Wissa and loan him to Sunderland is what Yasar is saying. Bro, that'll be the funniest shit ever. Big up to McGregor says, something's in Hussam's theory. Liverpool have been quiet on the deal all summer. Notoriously, they always brief when not pursuing a player. Believe price and terms have been set for weeks. Deal done, end of next week. Yeah, that's the reason why I conspiracized it. And actually, I'm glad Wolfie agreed with what I said, bro. I think both sides just bullshitting a little bit. We're getting played. And after the Monday night game, he's just gonna be a Liverpool player all of a sudden. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna spin the angle. After the Liverpool game, the Newcastle directors and the Liverpool directors met. And they
accidentally bumped into each other in the
corridor. They bumped into each other. Richard Hughes all of a sudden was at the
you.
game, and they spoke about 30 million, and they agreed the deal. Like it's just the most obvious thing, bro. It's a conspiracy, but it's not like a tinfoil hat conspiracy, you know.
Yeah, but it's just I think it will be 120 plus 20. Newcastle will be able to hold face because they'll say, "Oh, we demanded more up front from Liverpool." Liverpool will say, "We were able to get 30 million off the asking price."
We put easy add-ons.
Yeah, everyone's got a little angle they can pull, and everyone can move on.
Yeah,
exactly. Talking about this bloody Isak, man.
And we move on now. It's an hour and 6 minutes.
Oh, please, seriously, isn't it, man?
Yeah, I'm just wow.
Just waiting for the Leeds game.
Sorry, yeah. It's
like that chest is out, man. I can see a little chest there.
Yeah. He's like, we're coming to the Emirates for 3 points. 3 points collected.
Big up to Sanaibi, who says the club said. I think that's in response to what Ashraf was saying. Hussam, timing is everything. Statement while the PFA thing is happening. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Bro, I'll be honest with you guys. That last paragraph is just to cover Newcastle's ass. I still think he's going to be our player. I will see. At the end of the day, this transfer window ends in like fucking 11 days anyway, so we'll know. Big up to all of you guys. I know you're enjoying this show. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe. Big up to Zero for the raid as well. Big up to everyone who just joined us from the channel. We're 50 likes away from 500 likes. It's just our target. 500 likes. It helps the channel grow. It helps us push the algorithms. And go subscribe to all these guys' channels that are on the description. So please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's just move on to talk about the Arsenal. And we're gonna relate it
Leeds
to the Leeds stuff as well. So first, just before we get into the Leeds stuff, Ashraf, looks like Trossard has extended the contract, and it looks like you're not going to be signing any new winger. Seems like, at least, unless you sell anyone. So where are you with the current?
Havertz got a long-term injury today, so we might sign someone, but I don't know if it will be a wing.
Yeah.
He got an injury.
Loan deals again, by the way, so don't get
Is Gyokeres?
No, Gyokeres is in. I do feel bad for Havertz, even though I'm not a fan of his, but.
Oh my God, Joe's suddenly getting a little excited.
Exactly, bro. So this was from Capital Guna breaking. Gyokeres picked up a slight knock and he's out against Leeds. Is that bait?
No, I haven't seen that. I saw videos of him in training. I saw videos of him in training today or yesterday.
Capital Guna.
Who's that?
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's big, man. ITK. Tier 1. You know what's interesting, Joe?
Oh, I thought you were being serious for a sec.
No, man. I'm serious, man.
All I'm saying.
No, I thought Wolfie's being serious when Wolfie said, "Oh, he's big."
No.
He is. If you don't know Capital Guna, man, you ain't an Arsenal fan in my eyes. Everyone knows Capital Guna.
All I'm saying, Joe, is just before you played Everton, Branthwaite went down injured. Now suddenly Havertz has gone down injured, man.
Moreno is expected to lead the line.
Who?
Moreno is expected to lead the line.
I haven't. Nothing. There's no news about Gyokeres' injury whatsoever, so I'm pretty sure he'll be there.
I'm waiting for.
But yeah, look, I do feel bad for Havertz. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of his. I wanted him out of the club, but to come back from a long-term injury and get another one like that too in training, it is pretty saddening, to be honest. But anyways, it is what it is. It might make us move. The Trossard news. Look, I have a very different opinion to a lot of Arsenal fans. I'm actually glad he's renewing for a couple of reasons. For starters, I said yesterday, and I'm saying it again, I think he's our best left winger at the club. I would rather see Martinelli leave. Initially, I wanted Trossard to leave and Martinelli to stay, because I was like, oh, but at least Martinelli gives us pace. He can come off the bench, give us something different. Bruh, the hell with that. I don't want his pace. He can shove that pace up his ass because his pace is absolutely useless if he cannot even run with the ball or make the right decisions. It's absolutely pointless. And
Why is
the
he
other
fallen
reason...
off so much? Why is he fallen off so much?
Look, people want to say Arteta, and as much as I criticize him, this is not one thing I'll put on Arteta because Saga hasn't dropped off as much. So why Havertz and Trossard have had good moments in the last couple of years. So it 100% is on him. He's just not developed himself well enough. He's not focused on like being different, being unpredictable, working on his dribbling game, working on his link-up game, and his finishing for some reason has gotten worse. I was just saying 2 seasons ago, he's our best finisher at the club because whenever he goes one-on-one, he knows how to finish. He knows how to slot the ball past the keeper. He's not even doing that well anymore. So he's just not developed himself that well, to be honest. But the reason why I'm okay or I'm slightly happy with Trossard renewing, and this is probably coming from a negative side, I never saw the club going for a left winger. Once we had that Madueke deal clear and it was clearly mentioned Eze is not coming, it became very clear he's going into the season with Martinelli and Madueke as the 2 main options, and I'd rather Trossard starts ahead both of them. So I was like, honestly. So it's like, he's got what?
Sorry, I just clicked on Joe's link. I thought Joe was.
Capital Gooner, yeah, the big Arsenal account apparently. With
Capital Gooner, man.
Yeah.
The Robbie Lyle of Twitter, man. That's what I was told.
So yeah, look, I'm glad he's staying.
Sorry, Ashraf, I cut you mid-stream.
No, I'm done. I was just saying I'm glad he's staying. So I think it's better for us that he stays, to be honest.
I don't know why you're saying you're glad he's staying, if I'm honest with you. Like
compared to the dross we have.
Yeah, but how long did he have left? 18 months on his contract, something like
that.
You know what, right?
2027, no? So yeah, I think.
If we deep it, Ashraf, yeah. At the start of the window, there was talk of Rodrygo.
Yeah.
There was talk of all these players. There's talk
Eze.
Eze,
next week, yeah. Eze is going to be in a Spurs shirt. And you're going to have the guy from Chelsea, whose name escapes me right now. What's he called?
Madueke.
Madueke.
Big up to Young Joe.
Yeah. Madueke, right? And Trossard still on either side. This is what you're gonna have.
Ooh. So no. Wait. What about Saka?
No, sorry. Yeah, Saka that side, but on the left, right, you're gonna have Madueke, Trossard, and Martinelli.
Yeah.
Which for me, from an optics point of view, it looks terrible because you think you were getting Rodrygo, you think you were getting, whoever on this left-hand side, and you've ended up with Madueke. Yeah. It's not a good look, is it?
By the way, not once, because someone in the comments said, oh, he's glad they're giving him a raise. I'm not glad we're giving him a raise. That's bad. I don't know why we gave him a 50k raise for no reason.
But you didn't extend the length, did you? I don't think you extended it.
No, we didn't. The length is the same. We just increased his contract, which is weird.
So why? This is my point. This is why I don't get why you're bigging it up. So you haven't extended the length of his contract. His resale value is still exactly the same here. How old is he? 30, 31, something like that?
30. He's 30, yeah.
30, so he's gonna leave on a free again, probably, because this is what Arsenal do. Your highest ever transfer record is 35 mil. I don't get why you needed to give him a raise. Is it to raise? Did you raise the money to say, look, you're holding bench all season, little extra cash keeps you quiet?
I hope I'm not wrong with this. I think they're planning to play him a lot this season on the left. Again, guys, my preference is Trossard leaves, Martinelli leaves, and Madueke never joined. Right? That's my number one preference. And we get Rodrygo and a backup. No, we get Rodrygo and a backup left winger, whoever that is. I don't know. But unfortunately, this weird club and their weird, stupid decisions went and signed Madueke for 48 plus 4 million, right? Clearly wanting to keep Martinelli. For me, now I'm looking at the lesser of two evils. I'm like, between the scrap that we have, Trossard is the one player who's given us some consistency here and there in GA and goals and stuff. So if I have to choose one between these three garbage players, I'd rather Trossard. Trossard, Gyokeres, and Saka isn't a bad front three. It's a good front three, just not what we need to be having. We should be going for Rodrygo, in my opinion.
This feels like it has the hallmarks of business done on that left side. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like they've locked down for a contract. They've made him happy, given him a little cuddle, tickled his belly and stuff. Martinelli doesn't look like he's going. You got
Why are you going to do
Madueke.
that if you're not bringing a player in, right? Like,
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah.
We said this, I think, yesterday on most stream. This summer is clear evidence about the power Arteta has at the club, because everyone was speaking about, and me as well, to be honest. I thought Wirtz coming in to lay down the law. He's the man. Arteta reports to him, not the other way around. And it doesn't seem to be the case. Fabrizio and Ornstein both clearly stated Arteta wanted Madueke for ages, right? So clearly Berta didn't feel like vetoing that decision, right? We know Arteta loves Martinelli, especially for his defensive work, because that's what wingers are supposed to do now, right? They're supposed to come back, track, and win tackles. That's their number one job, apparently. Not scoring goals or creating chances.
I thought you were
Another
being serious.
evidence. Yeah, of course not. Another evidence of another Arteta player that he really likes, where, in my opinion, if we had a sporting director, or if we were at a club, we had like Florentino Perez running a club, for example, some of these players would not be here. Because whether Arteta wants them or not,
Yeah, but what about
someone's
Gyokeres?
there
'Cause
overruling him.
Arteta wanted
But
Tesco, didn't he?
Good question. Good one. That was mentioned yesterday. Honestly, bro, and I could be wrong here as well. I think if Sesko was available for 40, 50 million, we would have had it done already. I think last season we bid 40. Arsenal fans can correct me. We bid 45 million. They said no. We said, damn, we're not going to pay 60, 70. Leipzig were not willing to budge on the 75 million valuation, which Arsenal were not willing to pay. And we ended up getting Gyokeres for a cheaper price, by the way. Right? And we haggled with Sporting Lisbon for 2 million for like a few weeks to end up getting it done. So I think Arteta had no choice but to accept Gyokeres in that scenario because of the money.
I don't know, man. I think, firstly, on the Man U game, I think everyone's gone too crazy over the way Arsenal performed. You got the 3 points. Who really gives a shit? It's first opening week. I just, but if I look at the performance, the midfield worried me. You didn't dominate Man U's midfield of Casemiro and Bruno. That was a worrying sign. Outside of that, I think any Arsenal fan going OTT, or if it were game week 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I get it. Yeah, but it's game week 1. I think we start to see what you are about in these next few games. You got Leeds, who are going to go very defensive against you. Has Arteta learned how to break down a defensive low block formation? That's the thing. Then you got us in a couple of weeks. I think that's going to be a good test for you. We probably will go 100%. Defensive, even though we've been playing a bit more expansive in our last game. And I think these are the games where you can start to judge Arteta. Because if I can't remember who you got in between. Have you got Liverpool in between?
We have Leeds, then Liverpool, then you guys, then Man City, then Newcastle.
So you got a tough run, or a real tough run. Apart from Leeds.
Yeah,
that's easy. See if he's there or not. Yeah, the rest are going to be challenging us, but they all bring their own challenge. I was just checking is there. They all bring their own challenges. Because Forest, you'll find us hard to break down against Man City, Liverpool, etc. It's going to be tough games. I don't know where Arsenal end up after this. You could win them all. And then Arsenal fans thinking, what were we worried about? I don't think you win them all, though. And I think there's an upset result in there somewhere.
This is where, look, I'll add like balance here as well. I completely agree with you. I've said it about the United game. I think people were overreacting. Yes, the performance wasn't great. I get it.
Terrible, yeah.
But it's the first game of the season. I'm not that worried about the midfield because I actually think Odegaard played well. And Rice, who had a poor game, like I know with confidence that him and Saka will not keep that game going for long. They will eventually get into their rhythm and start performing because they are consistent.
Was terrible. Yeah.
Saka was terrible, exactly. But I know that he'll get over it eventually. Zubimendi is new to the league. I think it'll take him a couple of games to settle in and start performing. So I'm not that concerned, man. Like, by the way, if we slap up Leeds, I wouldn't go the other way either and say, damn, this is the Arsenal we're seeing this season. It has to be, it has to be up until the Newcastle game. When we finish those 6 games, that's when we can get a good idea on a couple of things. One is, do Arsenal have the consistency to perform well over the season? And what kind of playing style are we going to see? That's when I will make my judgment.
Wow. Joe, that tweet you just put is crazy.
Yeah, so according to Tiki-Taka Corner, in the open training session, Madueke is played at right wing and Saga is played at left wing.
I could see that happening.
What are we doing?
Be
man?
crazy, but
What
I
are we
could see
doing?
it happening.
We take one of the best right wingers in the league and play him left. It's mental.
But is he getting a bit? And I say this loosely. Is it a bit predictable with Saka on that right hand side? I know even if you know it's going to happen, it's still, you know, there's one thing knowing and one thing stopping. But is it a bad idea to freshen it up? Like, why not try it out? See if he balls out on the left hand side. Because
why would we do that?
I'll tell you why. Because what you were lacking.
He saw Gabriel Goodmanson's performance against Everton and thought, I don't want none of that smoke. I'm going over to the other wing. That's what Saka's done. I understand it, man.
Sure.
I understand.
No, but if I'm trying to give Arteta some logic, and you guys know I've got no time for Arteta. To supply Gyokeres properly, you're going to need someone left-footed on the left side with Saka's ability. He can supply it. Saka on the right-hand side, more times than not, is going to cut in, find an angle in and around the edge of the box and take a shot.
Because obviously there was a lot of chat in there, say, oh, we're going to buy an attacker, we're going to do this. Matt Law's just come out now and said, Arsenal are initially expected to look at loans and bargains to cover Havertz's injury. If they receive bad news on his injury, Jamie Vardy, anyone? I mean,
I don't think they'll go for Vardy. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for like a 32, 33-year-old player from the French league. Like, I don't know.
United did that time when they got that.
They might go. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for Callum Wilson or some bum like that.
He's on West Ham. Yeah.
Oh, has he? Oh, I didn't know that.
Chris Wood, 25 mil. We can talk.
Wow. So no new left winger.
But Joe,
now
I want to hear from you though.
Yeah?
I want to hear from you though. How are you feeling about this coming game? Do you think you can get something?
Look, mate, I'm under no illusions. I'm not going to come on here and say, "Oh, listen, we're going to get 3 points and that."
Well, no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that when you kicked off at Ashraf the other week when he said he doesn't think he's going to win the league.
You did.
Like, you got the zip up. You got the zip up on, right?
Yeah, man.
Don't try the humble thing.
No, right. Oh, fuck off. I'm not going to say something here, man. But look, I was infused by our performance against Everton, but Arsenal are a totally different kettle of fish to Everton, right? If Arsenal were coming to Ellen Road, I would be like, do you know what? We can get in at them early. The crowd, maybe they will, right? At your place, it's going to be tough. I'm under no illusions. I think defensively, we're good. I think our midfield three will compete. I think you're going to see the likes of Altanaka, Anton Stack doing bits, Amper doing the 6, doing bits. But of course, we're up against Rice, Zubamendi, Odegaard, etc. I do think we're going to be aware, we're going to be under the cosh. I think Metro will come in because I think Leeds will look in transition. And we have one of the fastest players in the league in Dan James. I don't know who will play left back for you, Calafiori or whatever. But the facts are we're going to be under the cosh so much. But we do have an absolute demon in Dan James that will be willing to get his skates on if the opportunity arises. We'll be competitive. Look, to tell you where my head's at, I've hit the free hit on Fantasy Prem and put 3 Arsenal assets in, right? So that tells you all I need to know, right?
Yeah, he's trying to protect. By the way, Joe's 4th in the world on Fantasy Premier League. He hasn't mentioned it yet on this stream.
4th in the world.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm 4th.
How many points did you get in the first week?
125. How?
Damn.
Do you want me to show
Didn't
you?
put any Leeds players in that. So.
I bench boosted.
Yeah,
I had 2 Leeds players in because I knew we'd beat Everton. I had my ender at Sunderland because I knew they'd beat West Ham. And it'd have been even better if that bloody Wirtz didn't let me down. I watched the Charity Shield final and I had Salah and then I went, nah. So I took him out and brought in Wirtz and Ekatike. So and that worked obviously because Ekatike cooked. So but yeah, and Van Dijk only got 3 points, but yeah.
Oh my god, I can actually see him.
Use
Joe
your
Wayne.
boost.
Holy shit.
Can you share it? Can you share screen, please?
JJFC.
Wait,
JJ
you fraud. You used your
JJFC,
boost
right?
already.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
use
you
bench boost
JJFC,
week
right?
one. It's best time to use it. Get it out of the way. You know who's going to be playing.
Bruh. Holy crap, look at his team. It's like points galore.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Okay. There you go. It's there.
No, go to the like week. Oh, this is the week thing.
Yeah.
Who the hell
See,
got
You're
you
top
all
of the
this?
Look at
Sky
him.
Sports one and
He's
the TNT
first
one.
in every damn league of his. Holy crap.
I know.
How are you fourth on the planet? So who's first on the whole planet right now?
They've only got,
127,
they've
literally
only
2
got
points.
two
So,
more
yeah.
points than me. They've only
Go
got
to
2
his
more
team.
points.
Go to his team.
He used bench boost as well.
Yeah. He had
These
that
frauds of the bench
Wood.
boost. Yo,
Fair
that's
play,
my
man.
guy
That
right
is-
there, man.
That is mad.
Chris Wood.
For
So,
someone
if
to
you-
use,
guy who
Tell
was
you what,
by the way,
I tell you what.
do you guys
boys,
understand how ballsy you have to be to play bench boost in the first week?
Boys, I want
first
you
week-
to help me then, yeah? So this is what I've done for the coming week to try get top spot. I've hit free hit, right? Because my points, these teams, obviously, Liverpool play Spurs, City play, I don't know. who
Liverpool
City-
play Newcastle.
Liverpool play Newcastle, City play Spurs. So I've gone with the free hit, and this is my free hit team.
Wait, what does a free hit do?
So it means you can make
It changes it just for
unlimited
this week.
transfers for one week.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
And then
Okay,
maximum
I'm
value.
gonna say this straight up. I think Mbuemo is a bad idea
Dear.
because
really,
Fulham
I
is
think
not.
he cooks.
Okay, here's what Fulham do. Fulham at the start of every season always start like they're on a mission. They fall off towards the end, but at the beginning they're really good. Let me actually check Fulham's result from last week.
They drew
1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
They drew 1-1 to Brighton.
Yeah, they drew 1-1 away at Brighton. That's not even a bad result, by the way. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
they
but
actually,
honestly, but United after last week, the way they played, the way they performed, and Buemo and Cunha both killed it. I actually think they continue performing well. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
I was
I'll
about to
take
say,
the
maybe
Teta out,
Cunha is
bro.
a better idea.
You take Mateta out for Wood.
Just take Mateta out, man, because I don't want to.
Wait,
Mateta,
Who are
I don't know if
Forest?
Mateta. Here's the thing: the way that
Uh.
Forest defend. Okay, Joe, you're literally overthinking this a lot now. The way that Forest defend, they're gonna eat Mateta alive. Like they won't.
But guys, can we pause for a second and realize the three of us who are probably nowhere near as good as Joe in this are giving him advice on things to
Yeah,
change.
but we didn't
Joe,
use bench boost. We didn't use bench
Fred,
boost.
tread lightly, Joe. Like
Yeah,
you
nah,
might
listen,
be on
it's-
something, to be honest.
Do you know what? This guy here, he's going to be a stalwart because he was brilliant against Liverpool, that Truffert. I swear to God, he was good down that left
Yeah,
hand
we were
side.
going to get him as well.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Everything. I think all of these are good ideas, but the only thing I think is a bad idea is
Mbeumo.
Mateta. Mateta
Oh,
and
Mateta.
Mbeumo, those two.
Well, I was going to
Yeah,
put
because Mateta's good.
Sarr in. I was going to put
Mateta's
Sarr in.
good when he's counterattacking teams. Like,
Mm.
you know, like when Palace are counterattacking someone, they'd cook. But against that Forest defense and a low block, that's like Mateta.
But we
is
don't know
okay.
block, bro. We don't know, bro.
Ah,
Did you
shut
not
your
see
mouth.
us
Why
against
is
Brentford?
Watkins there, mate? They're playing Brentford.
But can I understand why
Playing
Joe's
Brentford.
getting away with this? Because
Yeah,
you're chatting a
Brentford
lot.
sucks.
Oh, crap.
You're
I need
no,
chatting
to-
a lot.
no, right. So,
Mhm.
I need to
Look
go.
Are you going to
Arsenal-
get something at the Emirates? Where's
yeah,
the
it's gonna
old
be
Joe?
tough. But I think the most we can hope for is a point. Obviously, I don't think we win the game. What I was saying yesterday, I think for me, if we can get to half time at 0-0, then you never know. Because the Arsenal, for me, right, this season, and we're only 2 games in, and I was saying it on yesterday's show, Arsenal are nervous. The players, the fan base, the manager. It feels like there is so much pressure on them this season that they must do something. And I feel that if they were to get a few dodgy results, the fan base is on a knife edge. I genuinely believe this.
I agree.
There's like civil war in the camp. You're either pro Arteta, there's no in between, or you want the guy gone. And I feel that the Emirates can be an unforgiving stadium from their own fans. So say we're 45 minutes in, it's 5:30 kickoff. You know, the other teams have played and got decent results. City have battered whoever they're playing. Spurs, isn't it, in the morning, I think. So they've won that game or whatever. Then it comes to 5:30 and, you know, it's 0-0 at half time and Leeds United are putting themselves about, which we saw against Everton. You just never know. You just never know. Havertz would have been great. Look, I think Biol will come in. He was suspended for the first game. Biol from Udinese, who locked
The
up
Slovenian defender.
Yeah, who locked up Harry Kane when they got 0-0 against England. This is the sort of players we bought. The set pieces I don't think will work against Leeds because every signing we bought was over 6 foot. They've done that because we're now. I didn't even know Ethan Ampadu had a long throw until that Everton game. Because for 2 years we've been playing silky stuff in the Championship. We've come to the Prem and the manager's gone, I want loads of giants and I want someone on long throws. So I think set pieces, I think we're going to be okay from. So it's just how good you are on the ball, right? How good you are on the ball. I think we will defend deep, but we won't not go for it. We will try possess the football. That's Farke's way. So we'll see. We'll see, man. The midfield three, though, genuinely.
Possess the football against Arsenal. You think that'll work?
No.
Yeah, maybe.
He needs
I
to
don't
block.
know.
Needs to block.
See.
Yeah, if you guys don't play if you play an open game, to be honest, it plays in our
No,
hands.
I think Leeds need to do low
no.
block from hell.
Do you think?
Yeah, exactly. And look,
Low
honestly,
block
people
and have
said,
Dan James on. That's your best option.
Yeah.
people said obviously before the United game as well, it could be really bad for Arsenal because they could lose to United and lose to Liverpool. But obviously we won against United. So, and the other thing as well is we have 100% when it comes to 100% points when it comes to playing the promoted teams the last 2 seasons. Maybe the last 3, but definitely the last 2. We've won literally like 18. Is it 18? Yeah, 6. Sorry, 12 out of 12 games.
You didn't beat us when we got promoted.
I said the last 2 seasons. Okay.
But this is the point, though. Context has to be applied. The last 2 seasons, and I told you this before a ball was kicked last weekend. The last 2 seasons, the teams were shite. Sheffield United, Luton are now in League One. Bloody Southampton, Burnley Company, Naive FC. Leicester, Ipswich, Leeds, and Sunderland are a different animal.
Leicester weren't shit, to be fair, honestly.
They were.
Do you know?
No, they were.
The newly promoted teams last season didn't get their first win until November. Sunderland and Leeds got it on the first day, August. They didn't get till November.
That's a fair point.
Different.
Wait, I got jumped though.
Okay, peace.
Makhalas, we're gonna end the stream now anyway. So
And a bit
We're getting Conference League.
See you
We're
guys.
getting Conference League. And if we come away from Emirates with anything, I'll be saying Champions League.
The thing for me, and the reason why I don't think we drop, man, honestly, I look at our bench.
Get a
we
grip,
have-
man. Talking about some Champions League, bro. Talking about Champions. Get a grip, bro. Get
Calm
yourself
down,
together.
you man. How dare you?
Not this season, that's for sure. Not this season.
Fairs. I love the positive energy. I love it. Bringing some chest. You get me? Let's go. Why not?
Yep.
Big up to Manchester slots coming out to Stone Cold stream on Sunday. Breaking. Imagine if this game was played in America, they'd actually do that.
That's going to be such
And
a big
the
atmosphere for you,
Did you guys see the Club World Cup final? They brought Bruce, what's his name? Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
my
Bruce Buffer, or
God.
whatever his name is. Yeah.
That's just such utter woke nonsense. Imagine your team's losing 3-0 at Elland Road and then they bring Dua Lipa to sing. Oh my
Disgusting.
fuck off!
I don't know why they do that. I don't even think the fans there enjoy it. Like when
Yeah,
I
no
see
one
them,
enjoys
they're just sitting there
Why aren't
watching.
you introducing them like they're WWE wrestler?
Yeah, it's mad.
Representing Chelsea, Cole Palmer. It doesn't work, bro.
And by the way, the players don't even come out hyped. They just come out like walking,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
really
yeah.
dead. Like, bro, what the hell is this like?
It's actually weird, bro. Also, if
They
they
think
want to
it's
do that
no
to the
alliance.
World Cup, if they want to do that to the World Cup, how are they going to introduce like all the Arab players?
Yeah, exactly. Muhammad.
Think like Jordan
Al-Tameri.
qualified to the World Cup, right? How they going to introduce? Yazan Al Naima. Doesn't work, bro. They won't be able to pronounce the names, bro. I'm just telling you right now. They actually won't.
Oh my god.
Ashraf is an Arsenal fan. It makes sense now. I hear you.
It doesn't
Ashraf,
make any sense because Arsenal fans themselves think I'm negative sometimes, I'm positive
Ashraf,
sometimes.
what do you think? How much? do you
Someone
think
called me an Arteta sexual earlier when I want Arteta out this summer. Like, I'm
How
a
much do you think you'll
unbiased
beat us by?
fan.
How much do you think you'll beat us by on Saturday?
I think a minimum of 2 goals, like 2-0 or 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah, hold
All
that,
right.
Joe.
We will be there when that doesn't happen.
For me, the Cronkies believe that Arteta is a miracle worker, so they ask Berta to get what he wants. That's the thing. Listen, this was all like Edu was scapegoated the entirety of last season. I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you guys. That scapegoat is now gone. You ain't gonna play games with us. And I know I speak for Joe as well, who actually isn't even that like negative on Arteta, bro. Like you ain't gonna play these games with us, bro. You're just not. You're actually not. So yeah, that's what I'll say. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Appreciate you all. Just Joe Football Show is in the description. Go give him a subscribe. Ashraf Talks Football in the description. Go give him a subscribe. And Forest Fan TV is in the description. Go give him a subscribe. We're going to redirect you over to Carefree Lewis G. He is live. Go tell him Hussam Raid in the chat. I'll be in his chat also writing Hussam Raid. You get me. Big up to Lewis, one of the realest ones on this platform. So go tell him Hussam Raid in his chat. And I'm going to see you guys later. I'm back for Ahwa tonight at 11 p.m. UK time.
Favorite show, man. Big up.
Let's go. Love you, Joe. Big up.